suggestion off the ship.
Make sure you have your cameras out and ready too. I can't stop for every animal. They will not stop for us. There are some parts of the reserve that I can't stop at all. So I'll do my best. I'll stop when I can for as long as I can. And I'll go as slow as possible in the areas that I can't stop. So I'll do my best, but I do need you guys to be ready. We're going to see cool things out here, and I want you guys to get your pictures. Is this anyone's first time on the safari? Show of hands. Okay, welcome to you. 4, 5. Okay, welcome back to everyone else. Oh, hi in the front row. I saw the little hand. Oh, welcome. Are we looking to see anything specific today? No? Good talk. We'll see giraffes and baby giraffes. It'll be a good time. Now we're going to start off in the Little Aturi Forest. The animals here use their natural colors and markings to blend in, so we got to be on the lookout for these animals. Look over to the right, you're going to see an okapi back there. It does look like a zebra because of the stripes on its legs, but it's not a zebra. They're actually the only relative to the giraffe. We know this because of their similar skull structures and long prehensile tongue. Their tongues are long enough for them to lick their own eyeball. Now take a look at that pattern. They're brown with white stripes. That pattern does help them to blend in. It actually imitates the sunlight shining through the trees. Most of the animals in the forest are brown with white stripes, just like the okapi. And down to the right, that bird, that's my favorite bird on the reserve. He's so cool. That's a saddle-billed stork. They can be up to 5 feet tall and have a wingspan of 9 feet. That's about as wide as a canopy above your heads for a reference. So, big wingspan. He's a male, and you can see he has brown eyes. Females will have yellow eyes. That's how we can tell them apart. They do typically mate for life, and that's my favorite thing about them. I think that's really cute. Unlike most birds, they don't vocalize to communicate. They rattle their bills. Now, there are 2 black rhinos on our left. We're going to drive right past the first one. We're going to come up to the second rhino. He's a little more active, and he's closer to us. He's about to go bye-bye, so I should have stopped for the first one. That's a black rhino. They can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. They don't have the best eyesight, but they do have a really good sense of hearing and smell to make up for it. They can only see about 10 feet in front of them, so he can't see us, but he can probably hear us. And they are angled back so they can swiftly and quietly run through the bushes without getting caught on anything like branches or leaves. Both males and females have horns, so it can't be hard for us to tell them apart. Males are a little bigger, they do get darker as they grow older. That's how we can tell them apart. They're big too, they can weigh up to 900 pounds. Now we're leaving the floor, you can't see, no worries, just stay seated. We'll see a few more up ahead. Hippos do spend most of their time underwater, so they can hold their breath for about 8 minutes. They are very dangerous and territorial animals. They're big too. They can weigh up to 5,500 pounds. They're born at about 85 pounds. Now look to the left, look in the water. We're seeing a group of hippos. That's called a bloat. They communicate through a wheeze honk sound. It's a pretty cool noise to hear. They mark their territory by doing what's called a dung shower. It is exactly what it sounds like. It sounds nasty, but it does help the ecosystem. It's food for the fish and nutrients for the plants. And the birds on our left up on the island, those are pink-backed pelicans. They're one of the 8 living pelican species. They get their name because during mating season, their backs turn pink. They are colonial nesters, so they nest in groups of 20 to 500 pairs. And they have a wingspan of about 8 feet. I don't know what that sound was if y'all were wondering. I think it was the mandrills. I think they're definitely some kind of sound. They do that to regulate their body temperature. They can be up to 16 feet long, weigh up to 500 pounds. riding at a good time too. It's cold. The animals love the cold weather, and it's raining. They love the rain too. Now, the first animals we're going to see in the savannah are some Hartman's mountain zebras to the right. We're seeing a small group of zebras, and a group of zebras is called a dazzle. So we're seeing a little dazzle to the right. They can be up to 5 feet tall. And the big brown animals to the right with the big white horns are Ankole cattle. They are the only domesticated animals on the reserve. There's a baby giraffe running around too. They have a lot of energy. Those are 2 baby giraffes actually to the right. They're born at 6 feet tall. Female giraffes give birth standing up, so there's going to be a 6-foot drop for that baby giraffe. They should be up and walking within the first hour of their life. Now look over to the left, look in the cave. There are some African wild dogs, also called the painted dog because of the pattern on their coats. When it comes to hunting, they do have a very high success rate. They'll chase down their prey till it passes out from exhaustion. Take a seat for me, please. Thank you. They are vicious, not towards each other. They're family oriented. If there's a sick or an injured dog, the rest of the pack will go hunting. They'll go back to that sick dog and regurgitate whatever they caught for them, so everyone gets to eat. These dogs are endangered, not from poaching. They're usually roadkill, so they're accidentally hit by cars. So in Africa, they're posting dog crossing signs everywhere that is helping their numbers. Now look far out there to the left. There are 4 sable antelope. They're known to be very aggressive. Those horns are pointed back for protection. Now, there's an Ankole cattle that looks like it's him, but they're hollow, and they have a honeycomb-like structure in it that pumps blood vessels to cool them off. So the big horns that we're seeing are kind of like an AC system for them. All right, it's out of the road, so we're going to keep going. They're also called the Watusi cattle, named after the tribe that discovered them. In many places in Africa, cattle is seen as a symbol of wealth. So the more cattle you have, the wealthier you are. So they're not poached for their horns or used for their meat, they're just kept safe. At night, farmers will take their cattle and they'll put them in these enclosures to keep them safe. Those enclosures are called. An adult giraffe can be up to 20 feet tall. Their tongues can be about 1.5 feet long. Giraffes have a bluish purplish tongue. That's because they spend 16 hours a day eating. So that color will protect their tongues from getting sunburned. I did say earlier both the giraffe and the okapi have a long prehensile tongue. Prehensile means they grasp things with it, so they use that tongue like a hand. There's another giraffe on our left. Take a look at their tails if you guys can see. The hair on their tails are 10 times thicker than the average human hair. And just the hair can be up to 3 feet long. They use them as fly swatters. They are poached for that tail. Sometimes too, people in Africa will make things out of the hair on their tails. Coming up on our right, there are white bearded wildebeest, also called the new spelled GNU for the low grunting sound that they make. A newborn wildebeest should be up its head. Tell me you see that. Okay, so they do that to impress the females. They'll dig up what we call a flower crown. It's usually flowers, sometimes it's just grass like that, or maybe even a pile of dirt, and they hang it off their head to impress the females. And the smaller one closer to us, that's actually his baby. And he's our newest addition to the reserve. And the baby that we're seeing right now did make his first flower crown a couple weeks ago. It was just a really big piece of grass, and the only females out here are mom and sister, so unfortunately he didn't get to impress any of the females. And look at the really big one, look at the dad, think about his size. From a standing position, they can jump 6 feet straight into the air. That's impressive because they can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. They can be really big. I've seen them do that 6-foot jump before. Very far out there to the right, those tiny brown animals with the white bellies are springbok. Springbok get their name for their ability to spring 6 feet in the air repeatedly when frightened. That's called cropping. They jump high. They also look up there kind of where the rocks are. I'm seeing one mandrill back there, so just one monkey so far. They are the largest monkey. An adult male can weigh up to 100 pounds. That's a female though, so she's a little smaller. They do smile at each other as a friendly gesture, just like how we do. I'm not sure if you saw her face, but they do look like Rafiki, and Rafiki is Swahili for friend. Look at the elephant to the right. Elephants will use anything as sunscreen. Dirt, grass, sand, mud, anything. They'll roll around in or fling onto their back to protect their sensitive skin. Their skin is about as sensitive as ours. And notice I said fling onto their back. They have a prehensile trunk. Prehensile means they grab things with it. So they use that trunk like a hand. They'll fill it up with water, drink out of it. She's about 3 years old. Researchers found that elephants are terrified of bees. There was a farm in Africa. The elephants would go to the farm. They would stomp on the farmer's crops. The farmers didn't like that, so they killed the elephants, and the researchers didn't like that. So they planted beehives all around the farm. That kept the elephants out and saved the farmers' crops. It also gave the farmers one new crop, which was the honey from the beehive. Down to our left, those are greater flamingos. They are the lightest shade of pink out of all the flamingos. They get that pink color from the brine shrimp that they eat. It's high in beta carotene. Wonder babies are kind of a grayish color. I'm sure you guys know how flamingos stand on one foot. I see a few of them doing that now. Scientists don't know exactly why they do that, but they do have a couple of theories. One theory is for comfort. Another theory is to regulate their body temperature, so to cool off. Yeah, probably. Actually, the second one too, coming kind of towards us. Cheetahs can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 3 seconds, making them the fastest land mammal. They have non-retractable claws, so their claws are always out. That's kind of like if we were to wear cleats 24/7. Something really cute about cheetahs, they don't have the ability to roar. They can only purr and meow. Because of its mane, a lion's mane can weigh up to 40 pounds. The color of the mane will tell you how old that lion is. The darker the mane, the older the lion. There's a female up there too with him. There's going to be another female. If you can't see her, yeah, I'll point her out to you. They're the biggest cats in Africa, not in the world though. Those are tigers. Now look up to the left, look on that very, very, very top rock. There's the female all the way up there. That's her favorite rock. I'm not sure if I have any cat owners riding, but you guys might know cats have those little bumpy sandpaper tongues. Lions have that too, that is to help take the meat off of the bones of an animal. So it's just a few licks. Lions can take off most of the meat from the zebra's bone. Now look over to the left, there are 2 warthogs. Warthogs are surprisingly light on their feet. They bounce around with their tail sticking straight up in the air, just like how Pumbaa does in The Lion King. Pumbaa is Swahili for foolish one. They are very dark black feathers. They are the biggest birds. They can't fly, but they do use their wings to help steer them in the direction that they want to go while running. And down to the right, those are her eggs. One of those eggs will equal to about 2 dozen chicken eggs. They weigh 3 pounds apiece. We're seeing a group of white rhinos on our right too. A group of rhinos is called a crash. They're very social animals. They're usually hanging out in a crash. They can charge up to 35 miles per hour and they gallop when they run. So at the same time, all 4 of their feet can be off of the ground. It is crazy for such a big animal. They can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. They're bigger than the black rhino we saw first. And we're still seeing the warthogs to our left. They have 2 sets of razor sharp tusks. One is for protection, the other is for burrowing. They will not $1 million for